Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn, and here's the headlines. President Tô Lâm receives Republic of Korea ambassador to Vietnam. Strengthening friendly exchanges at Vietnam-China border area. Efforts for a stronger ASEAN community. On August the 2nd, at the Presidential Palace, President Tô Lâm received the ambassador to the Republic of Korea to Vietnam, Choi Young-sam. At the meeting, President Tô Lâm expressed his pleasure to witness the best development stage of the Vietnam-South Korea relations. He reaffirmed that the party, state and people of Vietnam always desire to further deepen the comprehensive strategic partnership with the government and people of the Republic of Korea. Lauding the efforts of Ambassador Choi Young-sam and the Republic of Korea Embassy in coordinating with relevant Vietnamese ministries and sectors to promote bilateral relations, President Tô Lâm stressed some major directions for Ambassador Choi Young-sam to foster during his tenure, including maintaining regular visits and high-level contacts in various flexible forms to strengthen political trust between the two countries, promoting defense and security cooperation, enhancing cooperation in education, culture, tourism, and people-to-people exchanges, and expanding mutual support in international and regional issues of common concern. For his part, Ambassador Choi Young-sam expressed his desire to closely cooperate with relevant Vietnamese agencies to implement bilateral cooperation agreements, especially in exchanging delegations at all levels, enhancing economic, trade and investment cooperation, and expanding substantive cooperation in the defense industry between the two countries. On August the 2nd, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, coordinating with relevant ministries, organized a conference to review 25 years since the signing of the Vietnam-China border treaty and 15 years since signing 3 legal documents on the land border between the two countries. The event saw the attendance of head of the party's Central Committee's Commission for External Relations Lê Hoài Trung, Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn, and Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, Lieutenant General Nguyễn Doãn Anh. After 25 years of signing the border treaty and 15 years of signing 3 legal documents, the Vietnam-China land border situation is basically stable. Security, social order and safety in border areas are maintained. After 15 years, Vietnam and China have coordinated to open 6 pairs of bilateral border gates, upgrade 2 pairs of bilateral border gates to the international level, and open 8 customs clearance routes and specialized roads for transporting goods. In parallel with economic development, defense relations, border defense relations, and people-to-people diplomacy are promoted, rich in content and diverse in form. Since 2010, the Vietnam-China Border Defense Friendship Exchange has been held 8 times, and the Border Friendly Exchange has been held 3 times. Regarding solutions to improved effectiveness of border management and protection, participants agreed that agencies, units and localities need to strengthen friendly exchanges with border protection forces and border localities of China, while promoting and making good use of existing cooperation mechanisms between both sides. Improving the capacity of DNA testing as well as building a database and DNA bank of martyrs' relatives is a key to enhance efficiency of searches for Vietnamese soldiers who died in wars and MIA servicemen in Vietnam. This was agreed at the working session on August the 1st in Washington, D.C., U.S. The event was joined by the National Steering Committee 515 of Vietnam, led by its deputy head, Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương, Deputy Minister of National Defense, and the Deputy Director General of the USAID, Michael Schiffer. Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương appreciated the efforts of the USAID in supporting war consequence settlement activities in Vietnam, especially the Bien Hoa Air Base Area Dioxin Remediation Project. the project on improving the quality of life of persons with disabilities in areas heavily sprayed with Agent Orange. The Vietnamese Deputy Minister affirmed that Vietnam always pays attention to and closely coordinates with the U.S. in searching for MIA servicemen. Deputy Director General of the USAID thanked the efforts of the Vietnamese government and Ministry of National Defense in supporting the United States in searching for MIA servicemen, affirming that the funding for war consequence settlement in Vietnam always accounts for a large part of USAID's operating budget. In the coming time, the United States will continue to actively share information and relics, increase support for Vietnam in sharing experiences, equipment, and DNA testing technology, as well as building a database and DNA bank of martyrs and their relatives. On August the 1st local time, Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Vietnamese Deputy Defense Minister and Indian Defense Secretary Girihat Aramani co-chaired the 14th Vietnam-India Defense Policy Dialogue in New Delhi, India. Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến affirmed that Vietnam and India share a long-standing traditional friendship and appreciated India's support and cooperation in training and improving the quality of human resources for the Vietnam People's Army. The two sides highly valued the results of Vietnam-India defense cooperation in recent times, especially in delegation exchanges, consultation mechanisms, dialogues, exchanges of young officers, personal training, defense industry, and UN peacekeeping operations. Both sides agreed to closely coordinate and support each other at multilateral forums and mechanisms, especially those led by ASEAN, and support events hosted by each country. The Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense always supports India in strengthening defense cooperation with ASEAN countries. Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến invited the leaders of the Indian Ministry of Defense and prestigious enterprises to attend the second Vietnam International Defense Expo in December. Mr. Girihat Aramani said that India will send a delegation to attend the exhibition's activities. On this occasion, a letter of intent was signed to bolster cooperation in training. The world is becoming increasingly volatile, uncertain, and complex. Therefore, cooperation and development are common global trends. The Air Defense Air Force Service is no exception to the trend. In recent years, the service has always proactively and actively promoted cooperation in training and exchange of professional experiences with many countries around the world. These are extremely important activities to improve quality of human resources, contributing to making a revolutionary, regular, highly skilled and modern Air Defense Air Force service, meeting task requirements in the new context.
Lieutenant Colonel Nguyễn Tuấn Long, lecturer at the Faculty of Aeronautical Engineering, Air Defense Air Force Academy, is one of the officers of the Air Defense Air Force Service sent to study in the Russian Federation. He is currently a third-year postgraduate student at Moscow Aviation Institute. That is one of the leading technical universities for training specialists for aeronautical and aerospace engineering. For me and Vietnamese students studying in Russia, we always receive a lot of attention and support from agencies, departments, and universities of both Vietnam and Russia. We study modern educational methods, access to rich and high-quality learning resources, the most modern technology in our major. We have chances to study and work with the world's leading experts in aeronautical and space engineering. As for Captain Nguyễn Văn Chức at Regiment 927, 5 years of studying and training in information technology at the Republic of Korea Air Force Academy has given him valuable experiences and lessons in technical and tactical features to apply to work at his unit. In 2016, after graduating and returning to Vietnam, I aspired to apply my knowledge and experience to the military environment. Working at Regiment 927, I've always tried to study and research technical and tactical features, means, communications, and flight assurance information. I have also applied my knowledge gained from abroad to management, exploitation, and use of automation information and high technology and other tasks. Having opportunities to participate in international courses, all students are clearly aware of their own responsibility, constantly striving, studying to improve qualities and bravery of Uncle Soldiers. Along with academic achievements, those awards spark love from local schools and people, contributing to enhancing the image of Uncle Soldiers in the hearts of international friends. These students also have the highest final course scores and percentage of holding diplomas with excellent results. Especially some Vietnamese students in MAR team participated in international Olympic competitions, became winners at math and physics competitions. They are very active and dynamic in organizing cultural events with us that bring together students not only from MAR but also from Moscow. Over the past time, the Air Defense Air Force Service has actively promoted international training cooperation programs in such measures as military pilots, radar, command and staff officers, and postgraduate training. Thousands of students, interns, and postgraduate students in important majors have participated in training and exchange programs between Vietnam and other countries. International cooperation activities are being promoted by the Air Defense Air Force Service. Those have contributed to training human resources with high professional qualifications and scientific working methods, while boosting relationship between the Vietnam and other countries, making an important contribution to world stability and peace.
Coming up next, efforts for a stronger ASEAN community. New decree on direct electricity trading mechanisms for renewable energy in Vietnam. On occasion of his state visit to Vietnam from July the 31st to August the 3rd, the president of Timor-Leste, Jose Ramos Horta, held an exchange with students of the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam to further promote the relations between the two countries, especially among the younger generation. President Jose Ramos Horta stated that Vietnam joined ASEAN in 1995 and will celebrate 30 years as a member of the community next year. This important milestone reflects Vietnam's journey in participating in the ASEAN community, which is a similar path for Timor-Leste. The president sincerely thanks Vietnam for sharing its experiences and supporting Timor-Leste's efforts to become an official member of ASEAN. Timor-Leste's perspectives and cultural heritage will be a valuable addition to the ASEAN community. As a peace-loving leader committed to resolving conflicts through peaceful means and dialogue, President Ramos Horta has strived to lead Timor-Leste through difficulties to build an independent nation and move towards integration into the common ASEAN community. Recently, Decree number 80 regulating the direct electricity trading mechanism between renewable energy power generation units and large electricity users has recently been promulgated. Many investors and enterprises stressed that this breaking through mechanism would contribute to promoting investment attraction as well as the use of green energy in the future.
For renewable energy investment enterprises, the formulation and promulgation of the decree are expected to meet their trend of using clean energy of electricity users. This mechanism also contributes to attracting investment in the sustainable development of renewable energy. We've deployed 2 projects, including an economic model in high-tech organic agriculture using green energy in Hậu Giang province and a green energy industrial park in Quảng Ninh province. The promulgation of this decree allows enterprises investing in renewable to provide electricity to other customers or industrial parks using electricity, helping us remove obstacles. According to Decree 80, big electricity customers with an average consumption of 200,000 kilowatts-hour per month who want to use renewable energy will be able to buy electricity directly from renewable energy producers. The enterprises can sell electricity through a separate connection line and the national grid. This is a very important step in the process of developing national energy as well as energy transition. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the implementation of a direct electricity trading mechanism is one of the solutions for Vietnam to meet its electricity needs while promoting green transition in the energy sector.
This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.